In the last part, we understood how we can create a chat memory. Now, in this one, we will try to understand how to utilize this any middleware and the memory to work in sync and get the things done. So we'll try creating we already have utilized summarization middleware before. We are going to utilize the same thing, and we will try to see how we can update the things and how we can work with this memory and the summarization tool. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new file by name of summarization memory, so that whatever the requests that are coming in, we'll try to summarize it. So it will be const create agent, and then summarization middleware is what I need from the LangChain. Once we get this thing done, we also need .env. We will try to create a memory now. So we'll also need check pointer. So memory saver, so that we save the memory. Require LangChain langgraph. Once you provide the memory saver, we'll create the check pointer new. Since this is a class, we'll try creating an object out of it. Once we do that, we'll just define an agent, create agent, and we'll just pass the model. Model will be the same as process.env dot. We'll pick it from the model name. Then we need the tools. Tools is going to be empty. We are not going to provide any tool as of now. We'll just utilize the middleware. That will be summarization middleware. And here you can provide model. So model is same, the previous one. And let's say trigger. We are going to define as tokens. Let's say 1000. We can define keep messages as, let's say, 10 for now, like this. And at the last, you are also going to pass the check pointer. Once this is done, we are going to create a config. So configurable, we are going to provide the thread ID as one. It has to be string, therefore I'm providing it like this. Now I'm going to call some agents and we'll try to see the response. Await agent.invoke and messages. We are going in same message. Hi, I am Mohit. Config. I'm going to copy this stuff and I'm going to pass multiple messages here. So write a poem on AI. Then now write it for OpenAI. And if I just try to ask, or if I just avoid this part, and if I just try to ask, first final response, await agent dot invoke, and here you pass the messages. Messages has to be, let's say, so everywhere where we have used message, it has to be messages. Messages has to be what's my name, and again you are going to provide the config. So if you see, we are not passing the entire history. We are never passing the entire array, but we are just keeping on the same thread. We passed multiple messages and we'll try to see if it is able to remember the history or not. Console.log. final response dot messages dot at, we can just pass it like this, at -1, at -1, and dot content. Let's see the output now. Node memory summarization. Await, yeah, that's right. So I am going to write it in the await part. So what we are going to do, I'm going to create a function here, and we are going to call this function again and again. Config. It is going to take the role as the user, whatever the message that you want to pass in. Or you can directly pass the message also. So I'm just going to take the query, whatever the query that comes here. You will directly pass it. Then once this is done, config also you have to pass. Okay. So we'll just try to invoke it, and I am going to see the response after this. So let's see. We will call generate response, and we'll pass on the message config, and if you want to do dot then, we can do dot then as well. Let's see that with the dot then. We'll wait for it, or I will directly call this the next one, but with dot then. We'll try to see the response first, and we'll check. So it will execute one after the other, and then we'll see the response. Okay, so this executed. This we need to use await because we are not waiting for it. So let me just dot then press. I will be waiting for it. I won't be printing the output, but just waiting for it. Or you can use everything inside the async function await and call everything at once. Because these are three transactions, and then the fourth one, which one is what we need. We'll wait for the response, so that because it is going to through multiple steps, and nowhere we are storing we are not passing the entire conversation anytime. We are just passing this config. From this config it is creating one single thread, and from there it should be able to remember everything. It should be able to remember the entire content. It should be able to remember the everything. So this is what summarization will help you out. Okay, still doing it. Instead of this, I think what we can do here is the issue is with async await here. So I am going to call everything inside one single async, and then we'll try to await it. And once the response comes out of it, then only we are going to call the generate response. Because what happening with this, it is not able to do one after the other. What we will do, we will just try to, I will just write, because I don't want to do it in multiple steps. So I will just write async function create convo, and Here, await, generate response. We'll pass in all these things again and again. And we'll wait for this. Because what happens, otherwise it will be like callback hell, which I don't want to do. I will just directly pass it. And the response that comes out of it is going to be utilized bus. So whatever the response comes out of it, const response is equals to this, and return the response. Now I am going to call this method only, create convo dot then response console dot log of response. Let's see. It should be able to remember the history and it should be able to summarize the things also. So we are just trying to see what response it gives and whether it is able to summarize everything up or not. After this is done, we have to look at the other steps. We will just try to see the human in the loop in the next class or in the next session. But for now, we'll just try to see what all things we have done with summarization. So what we have done here, we have created agent, we have created summarization middleware. And once this is done, we have created a config, we have created a generate response that will invoke it. We have created a convo and yes, it is able to remember everything. Now see the messages that are coming one after the other. Human message, hi Mohit, nice to meet you. I'm ChatGPT, your virtual assistant. Then the next message that AI in the mind of wire and all these things. Then OpenAI Lighthouse. So it is able to remember the history. See all the messages that are coming in, and it is remembering everything. See, human message came first, then AI message, then human message write a poem on AI, and now write it for OpenAI. So it is able to remember everything in a one single conversation. And at the last, it replied with me. What is that? Yeah, your name is Mohit. Nice to meet you again, Mohit. So it is able to remember the history, and nowhere we have passed the entire conversation as a list. It is able to remember everything. So this is how this all these things works, and you can wrap this tool call if you want. There are different features that are available, whether model, trigger, keep, token counter, message to keep, and all these things which you can have a look at. So this was about the memory part. In the next sessions, we are going to see a whole lot of things, advanced things in uh, LangChain. So this was it for this video. Thank you. And do not forget to like, share, and subscribe, and share it with your friends. See you in the next video.